Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Essential Emotions. My name is Stephanie Bader, and I'm going to be guiding you through learning some new things about how to handle your emotions using doTERRA essential oils. And I hope that I give you some tips and some strategies that will help you starting really tonight, especially if you have your oils already, using your oils, and if not, some strategies that you can get once you have your oils. But there's some really good mindset changes that you can start with when you're using, once you listen to this and start adapting them into your life immediately, that can really change how you handle your emotions. But the question we want to start with, are you ready to start feeling good more often? And I think the question always lends to the answer of yes. I don't know how many people want to say, no, I want to feel bad more often, because that just seems kind of like an absurd answer. But if you are truly ready to feel good more often, let's dive in. So apparently my PowerPoint has not lined up well, but in this class, you're going to learn a little bit about the science behind emotions and essential oils, some tools and habits for healthy body chemistry, and practical steps you can take right now. So that's what we're going to cover in the next little bit, and we're going to get started with it, right now. So you are created as this beautiful human being that functions wholly. That means your mind, body, and spirit all work together as one whole being. You have to nourish all three parts. If you don't, you get out of balance. And if you're out of balance, then that's when different things start showing up in your life in a distressed manner, shall we say. If your mind and spirit are really functioning well, but you're not taking care of your body well, we kind of all know what that may look like physically. And we may see people who do that really, obviously in the world, where they really take care of their mind and they're really good with their spirit, but they just don't care for their bodies very well at all. And then there's the people who completely dive into taking care of their body, but they don't feed their mind anything worthwhile at all, or even maybe their spirit. And then there's those who don't feed their spirit with good, healthy, positive things, but they may take care of their mind and body pretty well. And you can tell how these people are out of balance. It will show up pretty obviously to people when you see this, now that you've seen this kind of graphic. And you may not be perfectly balanced every day, and you may not feel perfectly balanced every day, but it's striving to feel more balanced more of the time. We're going for a progress over perfection model here versus I've got to be a perfect triangle all the time in a perfect circle to be perfect. That's not what we're here to talk about and to teach. So if that's what you're thinking I'm going for, I want you to drop that mindset right now. Just if you can picture yourself with that, holding a ball, like a tennis ball that says, I've got to be perfect, I want you to just take that and release it out of your hands and drop it on the ground and kick it away even. You are working to be a better person today than you were the person yesterday. So your body is made up of all these intelligent cells that are wired to restore you back to health. And if you don't believe that, let's think about it like this. You cut your hand, you scrape your elbow, do anything like that. You don't have to tell your skin every day, go ahead and heal that back. You can do it. You don't have to cheer it on. Your body knows how to heal its skin back up. You're not having to do that. It knows how to go back and restore itself. That's because the cells in your body know what to do. They are designed to restore you back to good health all throughout your entire body. even in your mind and even in your emotions. But your emotions really are just information carrying molecules, say that kind of fast. They bind with those cell receptors because when you have an emotion, it does cause a biochemical reaction in your body. Don't believe that? Think about when you laugh. Something triggers you to be happy, or you find something really funny, and your body will laugh. And you will then, if you're like me, you will start to laugh, and your whole body will shake, because I'm not one of those little hee laughters. I physically laugh and shake all over my body. If you find something repulsive or absolutely disgusting, and your emotion, you walk by something and you smell something that just brings back a horrible memory of disgust, it may actually cause you to vomit. If you find something extremely sad, it could bring tears to your eyes. You have an emotion and it triggers a function in your body. And that impacts all the cells in your body and how you behave. It's just information in your body. It's pretty cool though. I think it's a really cool thing of how our bodies work. But they process throughout the entire body, like we were just talking about. And they process through our 3 brains. So you have your real brain that we talk about and everybody's pretty familiar with. It sits up there in that skull of ours above our shoulders. And that's our logic and intellect center. Subconscious mind, it directs 90% of our behavior. So you could know, 10%, they say like, weight loss and all that stuff. 10% of that is we know what to do, but 90% of it will be redirected by our subconscious mind. So you could say, I know I've got to eat better and exercise, but your subconscious mind says that brownie looks really good. That's where logic and intellect kind of fight and get you into trouble, because your brain knows what to do, but your subconscious mind directs your behavior. Then you have your heart intuition. And this is where a lot of people think, oh, that's not a brain, but it really is. Your intuition is something that is often overlooked as something to really follow because, oh, it's the heart. Oh, that's such a soft thing. But in reality, it's something that's very powerful and you should really look into and dive deeper into when you have to make decisions. Because there's tons of neuropathways that run from the heart to the brain. And finally, our 3rd brain is down there in the gut. Serotonin levels are down there. That's where 90% of the serotonin levels are down there. And you have that gut feeling when you are out in the world. And so many people will say, oh, I have a bad feeling about this in my gut, and my gut's in knots, this is not good, or I just know this is the right decision. I feel it in my gut. Either way, that gut feeling is a real feeling. It's not just feelings. It is your body's way of giving you feedback to tell you what to do, how to behave, and how to act. So when you are fully connected in your body and those 3 brains are really connected, you're going to feel like this woman here. Pretty good, shining bright, well connected, and feeling awesome. And I think everybody wants to walk around feeling like this, shining their bright light. So how do you get to walking around feeling like her? Well, you have to look at your emotions and your beliefs, because they are very, very interconnected. So you look at those 3 brains of yours and you take life experiences. Because unfortunately, a lot of times this may be more of what we look like during the day. I know this is kind of what I look like most of today. with different events. I don't have a baby per se, but I have small children. And my phone wasn't really ringing off the hook, but I did have a dog nudging me a lot. He's much bigger than that dog. But I have 3 kids who are, you know, fighting or constantly doing something, and different things are happening, and we've got to be different places. So life happens, and your brain start processing all these different things. And when they start processing this, they process them in very different ways. So your brain up there in logic and intellect starts to say to yourself, I have to figure this out. But your heart starts to feel overwhelmed. And then your gut starts to say, I'm so stuck. And then your body has that reaction. Because if we talked about earlier, you had, you know, you thought something was funny, you laughed. If you thought something was sad, you cried. Well, your body still has a reaction to, I have to figure this out, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I have an unsettled, you know, I'm stuck. Well, your body has a reaction to all this too. When you have to figure something out and you don't know the answer, you could end up with head tension. Your head could start really hurting from really reeling through all these different things, and it zaps your energy. Or in your heart, you start to get conflicted feelings. You know, you're overwhelmed, and now you're just kind of aloof to how you want to deal with whatever's going on in your life. And you just kind of want to check out. Or you can end up with an unsettled stomach, you know, and it can turn up, you know, your stomach just hurts, or you could end up with really bad stomach pain. But then it can translate into how you believe about you. Because if you're starting to have these things processed through your body that you aren't handling those things well, it can start to change the belief in you that you're just not good enough. You can't handle life. I must not be good enough because I can't handle this stuff. I see everybody else handling it on Facebook, everybody else handling it on Instagram. When I see people at the park with their kids, wow, they seem to have it all together. Look at the life they live, and you start this comparison of you versus the world. And you will always be harsher on yourself, and things in your belief system will be very negative if you don't step back and start treating yourself with a little kindness. So it can alter your beliefs if you're not really centered in your emotions. So it can look like this entire process. And I don't want anybody to get to this point. I know personally I've been down this road, and I've had to come back through and reset this process before. And it's really not fun. And this is where it's great to have your oils, because if you can identify with this, you're 1 or maybe 10 steps ahead of the game, that you're like, oh my gosh, this is where I am. Well, that's a huge awareness that you have that you can now change. So I give you a ton of credit that you are aware that you can change this. So what if you have to weed out? Because really, one of the things you have to do is you have to start just weeding out things that are in your head to make sure that you keep yourself in a positive state. Because one of the things that I've always heard is that you are just a beautiful garden. If you want to picture yourself as this beautiful rose garden, and this one weed pops up, are you going to burn the entire garden down? And I hope the answer is no. You just go and pluck that weed out. You're not going to torch the whole thing. So let's look at how we weed those weeds out of there. Well, let's start with how we can use the oils to support healthy emotions. Emotional, oils work on our bodies chemically. They are very carbon-based because they come from plants, so they work very naturally with our bodies at the cellular level. Wild orange is a great one that can help support your body at help support that cellular function and gently detox your body. Get those cells cleaned off, get your body in a better, healthy state, and just gently clean you out. Not in that state of, like you're doing a cleanse. It's more just a very gentle, put a little bit of wild orange in your water, diffuse wild orange so you're breathing it through the day, and it helps your body anchor into healthier biochemistry. I don't think you can diffuse enough wild orange in your life. And I love it with our oil balance. Those two will really help you get yourself out of a really negative rut. Peppermint, when you magnify it, to just know a little bit about what an essential oil is in case you are very new to essential oils. They are just parts of plants and leaves and roots and all the parts of plants. And then you take them and you can distill them, either cold press or steam distill, and they're just these little oil sacs that are very microscopic on the leaves of a peppermint plant, or in this case, of a peppermint leaf. So it's the little balls that you see on that leaf that protect that peppermint plant, or the lemon peel, or whatever plant we're discussing. And they protect it from predators. They work on the biochemistry of that plant to keep that plant healthy. And the beautiful thing is it does the same exact thing for us as humans. So they do so many things for our body. And one single drop, it's a very less is more use model. So 1 to 2 drops is really going to do a lot for your body, because one single drop of oil has 40 million trillion molecules per drop, which is far more molecules that are in the human body. You can do a lot for the human body because so much of our bodies are made of water. That's why. And these are very, very concentrated, 50 to 70 times more potent than the dried herbs sitting on your kitchen counter. And they can get into your body in a matter of seconds and do great things in a matter of 20 minutes. So you have a huge effect in a very short amount of time. And like I said, this oil balance, especially with the wild orange, has some great effects of helping you to overcome some really amazing things that will help you just release a lot of hurt and balance out your emotions, but bring you into a big state of abundance in your mind. So I love 2 drops of each of these in the diffuser, but you can always rub them, a drop of each of them on your feet as well. Now, choosing your oils is extremely, you need to choose carefully, as they say here. Now that you've been exposed to essential oils, you're going to see them all over the marketplace. And the majority of them out there are synthetic. They are just basically a glorified fragrance. And it's nothing more than something like a perfume, a very cheap perfume that they've labeled as an oil. They can end up being endocrine disruptors. They can do a lot more damage than what you're probably looking for if you're looking for a true therapeutic grade essential oil. I mean, if you're just looking to make something smell good, and you're not really looking for the health benefits of it, then this really doesn't matter to you. But if you're here trying to learn about how to help your emotions and do it naturally, this does matter to you. Food grade oils can also be synthetically based, but they meet the FDA guidelines that they are safe to ingest. And that's the only level that the FDA gets involved in, is the ingestion level. doTERRA's oils all meet the food grade levels if they are oils that you would ingest. And they're all labeled appropriately. And then you get into therapeutic grade. These are totally unregulated standards that have been this way for many, many years. And what has given essential oils kind of a bad name over the years was that because of this unregulated standard, some companies compromise their quality and cut their essential oils with other, they would cut it with and adulterate their oils with other oils that weren't as high quality, or with vegetable oils, or different things, to really minimalize the health benefits of that oil to increase their profits. So what you thought you were buying, you didn't get the benefits that you were buying with that bottle. And doTERRA came into the picture and they said, people want quality. People want standards set, and people don't want to waste their money. They want to know when they get that bottle that it's exactly what they say they're getting. So they created the Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Standard. It encompasses co-impact sourcing that allows us to work with farmers across the globe who know what they're doing. They've been doing it for generations to harvest, grow and harvest, and keep the land and the earth in a safe manner. Then we use stringent third-party testing. So it's, not even in our hands that we have to ensure that this testing is done. And if it doesn't meet the standards, it's not our oil. We don't even take delivery of it. And it goes through multiple layers of testing, as well as you have the ability to put in the code on your bottle and get the testing results delivered to your email. And you are guaranteed with that quality that it's verified and pure and filler free. Nobody else does this. They can advertise it, but they can't back it up. That's what makes doTERRA different. So how do you use oils for emotional wellness? Let's go through a few of them. So they're very dynamic, and they are targeted to support you both physically and emotionally. So we're going to talk about both the physical side and the emotional side, because they do work both ways whenever you put them on your body. So there's 3 ways that you use oils. The first and most common way you use an oil is aromatic. It is the fastest way to affect your mood because it goes into your nose and into your olfactory system and through your limbic area. And that goes right into your emotional seat of your brain, and it triggers all kinds of things. Memories, emotional response, everything. And one of the best ways to break a mental fog is to use peppermint oil. So it will help bring about physically supporting your mental focus. So if you need to get something done, you need to drive a long distance, you need to get a test done, you need to get a project done at work, you need to get your house clean, whatever that laser focus needs to be, you can use peppermint. But if you are just emotionally feeling like you're in a mental fog and you can't break it, you need peppermint. You can diffuse it. It will break that for you. Topical use is another wonderful way to use them, and I love how if you're trying to help stimulate self-repair of your body, there's different places to apply the oils. So if you are trying to get your brain back on track, you're going to apply to the back of the neck, across the forehead, or on the bottoms of the feet. Mainly trying to trigger into the bottom of the big toe. If you're trying to help your heart get past those issues, you're going to do the over the heart area, inside the wrist, or in the fleshy pockets behind the ears. And then for the gut issues, over the stomach or on the bottoms of the feet, really focusing on the arches of your feet. For grief support, if you need to breathe and you need that breathing aspect for the physical use, you're going to use breathe. You just need to take a deep breath. And you need to open up your lungs and breathe better. You rub it across your chest. But if you are struggling with grief and sadness or anything like that, you're going to use breathe in the same manner. You rub it across your chest, you cup it over your nose and mouth, and you breathe it in. Because this is one of those oils that would be great using it both ways, both topically and aromatically. And finally, the internal use. Balance those chemical reactions in your body. Now, I've talked a little bit about that not all oils are created equally, and not all oils are for dietary use. You'll want to check the label and make sure it's labeled for dietary use. And it also has supplemental facts on that bottle. That's going to be the big giveaway there. So you can take it sublingually under the tongue, in a glass of water, in a gel cap, however you want to do it, and you'll take that internally. One of the best ones to do for seasonal threats, as seasons change, is On Guard. You can put that one, it can be a little spicy because it's got some cinnamon in there and clove. It does taste kind of nice though. You can take that and put it in a veggie cap, swallow it, and help your body fight off any kind of seasonal threats that might come along. But if you're walking into a room where you think you're going to feel vulnerable, you can do the same thing. Put it on and you feel vulnerable, feel more protective with the protective blend from the inside out. It really will help you feel that way. Foundational support for your three brains starts with good nutrition. If you are not well nourished, you will not be well nourished. And as we started this whole conversation, your entire body must be well nourished daily to support all of those. So nourishing your entire body means nourishing with good, solid micronutrients, healthy fats, and minerals. And this would be done with our Lifelong Vitality Pack. Our Z Omega is your omega complex with all your healthy fats. Your Alpha CRS helps with all the cellular complexes to help with healthy cellular turnover. And the Microplex VMP is all your minerals, nutrients, and micronutrients that you need for daily nutrition, because our food supply is not what it used to be. Even if you're eating a very high nutrient diet, you do need supplementation. It really doesn't matter. You have to fill in the gaps, and you need to fill in the gaps with high level supplementation. These all have oils that enhance the absorption so that you have better absorption of those nutritional supplements so that you get them to your cells at a better rate. Gut cleansing helps restore clearer thinking and improves your mood. If your third brain, that gut, is totally clogged up with junk from not eating healthy or too many medications from the past, you need to do a gut cleanse. It will improve your thinking and improve your mood. And the gut cleanse is really not a bad way to go. And it's not hard to do. A lot of people can be intimidated by this process. You need a lot of lemon water, which you have lemon oil, 1 to 2 drops, many glasses a day. You don't want to have too much lemon water, but 1 drop of lemon in a glass or metal glass. And then you're going to start with GX Assist for 10 days. You're going to start with 1 tablet and build your way up to 3 with each meal over the 10-day course. You're going to take TerraZyme with each meal. After the 10 days is up, you're going to continue on the TerraZyme, but you're going to switch from GX Assist to PV Assist. And then daily you add the Zendocrine onto your feet. And that helps to gently cleanse your body. If you want to enhance this, knock off the sugar, knock off the white flour, and eat a more whole foods, plant-based diet. You'll get far better results and you're going to feel more energy and better. So if you're pulling out the weeds, you're going to get rid of those negative thoughts. What do you want to plant in its place? Because you've got to weed out the stuff and you've got to plant new things in there, right? Well, you need moment by moment support, because it's not a, hey, we just clear out this and then we leave this open field, because that's where weeds are just going to come back in. That's where our emotions kit comes in really, really handy. I love this kit. It is actually an enrollment kit, so if you've never enrolled in doTERRA, this is a great way to start. We'll start at the top of the wheel with motivate. If you need stuff to encourage you, you need to get things done, you need to get out of that apathetic, discouraged manner and move along, motivate's going to be your friend. It's a combination of peppermint, clementine, a little vanilla, and a few other oils. And this is one that we use a lot in the mornings around our house if we've got things to get done, and we'll put it in the diffusers and get things done. Moving along over to cheer, it is a happy blend. It's citrusy and then spicy. So if you're, that's where it falls on the wheel, and that's exactly how it smells. If you look at it on the wheel, it says it falls between distressed and somber. So it'll bring you back to center and feel more balanced. You will feel happier and cheery. It just has that effect. And it's a couple drops in the diffuser and you will brighten a room up and spice it up a little, which is really fun. Passion is the inspiring blend. If you're feeling bored or discontent, you've lost your creativity, you are not feeling very passionate about anything, you're not very inspired about anything, and it really doesn't have to apply to anything other, if you've got work to do, you've got a paper to write, you've got, a painting to make, something very creative that you need to get accomplished, and you're just not feeling it. This is where the passion comes in and brings that, lights that fire back inside you. Then you have forgive. This is an amazing blend. It's very grassy. It has a very grassy smell because it fits between the grass and the trees. So it has a very grass smell to it. But if you're feeling a lot of shame or anger inside you, I highly suggest using this blend and rubbing it over your heart area and maybe over your wrists and behind your ears. It's also excellent in the diffuser. And saying something very forgiving either about yourself or the person you need to forgive. And if you're saying to yourself, that sounds very hokey pokey or whatever, I suggest you give it a try. This blend is very powerful in breaking that shame and anger and bringing you back to a very loving place in your life. I've had more people comment on using this oil in this manner and feeling so much better, they couldn't believe it. And then you come over to console, and everybody that has ever used this blend says it is nothing but a hug in a bottle. If you're grieving, if you're hurt, you diffuse this one, you put this one on, and you just feel like somebody's walked up, handed you a giant quilt and given you a big hug, and you feel better. And I do love this blend. I love this blend for sleep. I think it's just one that if you just want to cozy up and go to bed, it's perfect for that. But I also love peace for sleep because it's very reassuring, and it just has a lot of oils that are very calming and help you feel more at peace. So for me, it really is good for sleep. But for other emotions, it can help you feel less fearful and help you really, really feel less anxious. So it's a beautiful oil for that. So all of these, and you can use them if, like I've had a lot of people use console and forgive together as they've lost somebody that they've loved, because they had different, maybe they had an argument before somebody died and then they were sad that they died. So they've used them together. Or peace and forgive, or forgive and motivate. You can use them together as you need to. You can pick and choose how you need to use this and feel better for yourself, because it's your body, it's your life, and you get to choose how you want to feel. And if you answer the question that you want to feel better or good more of the time, use your oils to do that. Put them on. Feel great. It really will work, and you will really feel better. So it does come two ways for this emotions kit. You've got the 5 milliliters, which are undiluted, and they come straight in the box as you see here on the left. Or you've got the touch kit where they're in a roller top bottle, and they're 10 milliliters, but they are diluted with the fractionated coconut oil, which really makes them great for topical application. And I use the touch kit on my kids all the time. We use the peace for bed, we use the motivate and cheer, and the console and forgive as they fight amongst themselves daily. That we have to use forgive to work together and be friends and not argue and fight daily. And we use them all the time. But when I brought the touch kit home from convention a few years ago, they all looked at each other and went, "This is ours." I was like, "No, it's the family's." And they saw that it was a touch kit and they just assumed it was made for them. So they use it all the time, and they'll just come get their oils as they need them too. So it's really nice that we're in our house, we've worked on them to emotionally empower themselves and use the oils too. So there's different apps that you can use. doTERRA has one in the doTERRA drop where you can check your emotions and it'll give you different things. Share Success, or the emotions, Essential Emotions has one that I think you can download. I'm not sure if this one has a cost on it. The doTERRA one is free, but they can give you some essential references as well. But nourishment tips. How can you nourish yourself better and feel better? Well, number one, drink more water. A well-hydrated body is going to operate better than a dehydrated one. Get out, exercise, and move. If you are feeling stuck, get unstuck by moving. I am notorious, and I am one of the first people out there to say, exercise and I are not always good friends, but every time I do it, when I'm done, I'm like so thankful that I did it. And then I wonder why I resist it all the time, because I always feel better and more energized after I do it, that I think, why didn't I do this in the first place? But I can talk myself out of it even the very next day. So, but start small, go for a walk, go for, do 15 minutes, do something. You will actually start to feel better. Rest, get plenty of rest. If you don't sleep well, you will not feel well. And do a little meditation. And I'm not saying sit, and if that word makes you think something in a very negative way or something way too, like I said, hokey pokey earlier, sit and just find a way to be quiet. Turn your cell phones off, turn the TVs off. Find a way to have quiet time with just you and your thoughts. And if you can turn your thoughts off, even better. And then eat clean. Try and eat the less amount of stuff you can eat from a box and from a drive-through, and the more stuff you can eat from the produce stand, the better off you're going to feel. And I'm not going for perfection. I promise you, we already dropped that perfection ball at the very beginning of this. We dropped that and kicked it away. We're going for, you know, a 5% better. Try and do 5% better. Better than you were yesterday. Because you fill a bucket drop by drop, and you clear your mind thought by thought, and you heal yourself moment by moment. You're not going to do this one big sweeping change and everything in life is going to be better just like that. You know, this isn't Dorothy, you're not in the Wizard of Oz, and you click your heels 3 times and it's all better. Trust me, I've tried. It can be a slow process. But as you do this and then you look back and see, oh my gosh, I have done so much and I've grown so much and I feel so much better. As you look back in a week or 2 weeks or 6 months or a year, you'll be amazed at your progress, and then you can celebrate those wins and look at how much better you feel. And you'll be so happy that you got started today instead of next week. Ooh. So if you haven't gotten started with doTERRA, I'll get to the right spot. I want you to look and examine the kits that are best for you. We have a wide variety of kits that really do an excellent job of supporting all kinds of budgets. If you are looking to get every single oil doTERRA has, we have that with the Every Oil Kit. And that's going to have this entire emotions kit that we talked about. And then Every Oil doTERRA offers with a diffuser and a way to display them. I think the display has changed a little bit, and it's actually much better than this picture. And then one of the most popular kits we have at doTERRA is called the Natural Solutions Kit, and it allows you to convert a Western medicine cabinet over to a natural medicine cabinet. It's going to have the vitamins we talked about supporting the entire body, mind, body, and soul. You're going to get those vitamins in this kit. You're going to get the Terrazyme and the PB Assist. Other oils, you're going to get Serenity, which is great for calming and sleep. You're going to get the Wild Orange and the Peppermint we talked about. The Breathe, the Balance, the On Guard. Digestin's another great one. And then you get a whole slew of On Guard products plus a diffuser. This one gives you 100 free product credits. And right now, both of these kits are going to qualify you for an extra bottle of Immortelle, which is a great anti-aging oil. That's a $92 value. 2 of the more popular kits that people really do love to start with are the Home Essentials Kit, which both contain the top 10 oils that doTERRA has to offer. They're going to have, both of them are going to have the On Guard that we talked about in this class tonight. Lemon would be similar to the Wild Orange that we talked about. It's going to have lavender that's great for sleep, digestion, breathe. Melaleuca is one that's a great one for emotions to help you disrupt those emotional patterns. So if you're stuck in a rut, Melaleuca can help you disrupt that. The difference between the 2 kits, the Home Essentials Kit is going to have the 15 milliliter bottles in it. And then the Family Essentials Kit is going to come with 5 milliliter bottles. Home Essentials Kit also comes with a diffuser. So you get a lot more oil, a diffuser, and with the Home Essentials Kit, this one will also qualify you for the free Immortelle. The Family Essentials Kit, you would have to add some things to it to get the free Immortelle. There is also an emotions kit that comes with the diffuser that's similar to the Home Essentials Kit, where you can start off with the emotions oils in the 5 milliliter size with the petal diffuser. And I believe that price on that one is $145. I'll have to look up the price on that one because It went away and then it came back. And then the smartest way to buy oils from that point, once you get enrolled, the smartest way to buy oils month after month is called our loyalty rewards program. You can earn points in that loyalty rewards program with just doing a 50 PV order each month. You can change or cancel your order anytime. And if you'd like to get into the free product of the month club, you go up to 125 PV before the 15th of the month. And each month that you're in it, you increase your credits that you earn by 5%. So once you're in it after a year, you're earning 30%. So it's a great way to earn free products and get, you know, a little extra something from doTERRA, especially if you're in the product of the month club. So different emotional recommendations, you know, the emotions kit plus some essential oil, or plus the lifelong vitality. Month 2, the LLV as we call it, plus Terrazyme and PB Assist. And then month 3, again, the LLV plus Zendocrine and Serenity and Balance. All of these would end up, if you process them all before the 15th, would all give you a free product of the month. So you get this plus a free product, which makes it very, very nice. But there's also products for children. So you can help your kids support their immune systems and their nutritional systems as well. And that's what I love about doTERRA. It's not just for the adults in the house. It's also for the kids. So we have chewable vitamins and the omega-3s that mimic the vitamins for adults. So what you're getting for you as an adult, your kids can get for themselves. So you're all on high quality supplements. PB Assist Junior is like a pixie stick that the kids can take, and they do taste good. I've had them before. Strawberry watermelon, you just cut the top open, down the hatch, and your kids have got a high dose of high quality PB probiotic for the day. Kids who take probiotics get sick less often, they run less fevers, and they just don't catch the bugs and miss school like kids who don't. That was a study done a few years ago, and it wasn't even even a probiotic that we sell. It was just probiotics in general, and they weren't even as strong and effective as ours. And Lavender and Balance are 2 oils that help kids sleep and then behave better in school. So there's different ways you can either check out the prices, or you can start filling out a form or message me or whoever invited you to this class. Get with them, see how they want to help you get enrolled. If they want to just help you walk through it online, or if they want to have you do it via a form and then enter it in. If you're somebody who I invited to this class, give me a call or send me a message on Facebook, and we'll walk you through how to do this the best and get you set up with the setup that works best for you. Because we want, all of us on my team want to help you weed out that beautiful garden that you are, to make you the best rose garden that you can be, so that you do feel good all the time. That is what our goal and mission is. So there is an essential oils training group. If you have any questions, you can always go on there and ask them. They because this particular training was created by a few women. Natalie Goddard is one of them. Sherry Burton is another. And they created this whole thing, and then allowed me to learn how to teach this and then teach others. So I want to thank you very much for joining us. And if you have any questions, let's see. If you have any other questions, we'll have a little question and answer session, and I'd be happy to help you. Does anybody have any questions? Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you've learned a little bit tonight, and I invite you all to get started on your emotions and using essential oils to boost your emotions and feel better naturally. Have a great night.